Alright boys, okay, let us do this. First thing first, the name, L-U-I. Secondly, the game, it is the game of bodybuilding. Thirdly, the subject, the game. Game recognized game, bro. It's not even bodybuilding. Technically, this is physique. Physique nowadays, it is the very representation, the epitome, the very reincarnation of old school golden era bodybuilding. Yet, this guy right here is not winning yet, although in my humble opinion he is the best of the best right now. Mr. Sadiq, why is he not winning? He's too good for physique. Let me showcase you why. Now, he is not Mr. O as I mentioned. Mr. O happens to be Jeremy. This guy, he is an absolute sight to be seen. He does everything properly in the limits in the contest of physique. Note that these guys do not pose the proper way as bodybuilders do. They do not do poses, so to speak. There is no front double biceps. They don't even showcase the legs, right? So there you have it. Talking about a back double biceps of this gentleman. If you know a thing or two about bodybuilding, he tried to do it. I salute him for that. But take a second and look at this back. Try to analyze it from the anatomy and the completeness of a bodybuilding standpoint. You will comprehend rather quickly that is not that efficient. It is absolutely not a sight to be seen. The lats are too shallow and there is no meat there. And furthermore, he is arms dominant. But you know what? It is very okay because he does not need that in physique. They don't do this pose for that matter, right? So all they do is pose, as you guys know, and walk around in a sense. But let's continue. As I said, this guy, even from a bodybuilding standpoint, he is more complete, right? He can do poses that bodybuilders do. They still look good. Granted, he's not as big, right? But nonetheless, the poses he does are just more complete. Unfortunately, in the current physique category kind of showcasing, he cannot demonstrate it in an efficient way to his advantage. Game recognized game though. Frank Zane. You guys, even if you were born like freaking 15 years ago, when I tell you about the freaking epitome of aesthetic, you will go back in time and most of you will tell me Frank Zane, the ex-Mr. Olympia. Look at him right now, showing to Sadiq how to pose. And he's exactly like the very reincarnation of himself. He's looking at himself merely, 30 years after, pretty much. I mean, they say, Zane, he said, Hatzovic could have best body of all time. It's pretty much him. This is just a salute from an old-timer, and he is just him, to say the least. I mean, with more conditioning, right? So let's be honest. As I said, even if he does a bodybuilding kind of pose, like this front double biceps, it flows well. When you have the eye, you either have it or not. You don't have to be a professional bodybuilder to have an exercised eye that detects the very golden potential of what you're looking at, the athlete you are admiring. As a matter of fact, the best trainers nowadays, you look at them, you say, they don't even lift. Look at Henny Rambod. He looks like a fat guy, a fat blocky guy. Yet he is training the best of the best, right? He is rolling with the ex-Mr. Olympia. He has the current Mr. Olympia of physique, Jeremy, and so on and so forth. And he has some athletes coming strong, right? So he knows what's up, right? An eye is something you just have, right? Look at him. As I said, very reincarnation of Mr. Zane all day and daily. But then again, as I said, do not get it twisted. He is not at the level of current muscular development. Put it next to Big Ramy. Even if he stands further, he's like a freaking, I don't know, like 3 foot further. Bro, it's no contest. Big Ramy is something else. And Big Ramy is also a premium genetic. So these are two good genetic being exploited in two very separate ways, right? Let's go on though. He has a back too. This is what I mentioned, right? That's why, in my opinion, he is more complete. I mean, he is not a bodybuilder yet. He can showcase a clear, well-defined Christmas tree. That's why he, in my opinion, is the best physique guy nowadays. We'll see how it goes for him in less than 2 weeks. I wish him very well. In my humble opinion, I don't know him, but he is the most complete. I hope that the judges will acknowledge that, right? That's it. Look at the front double biceps. And he has some wheels, although they don't showcase them because they're always covered, and they're not probably trained efficiently, but they're still there. They're just there. So he is a complete genetic, well suited for bodybuilding, right? But 1993, bro. I mean, you know, I always go back to that time. Flex competed until 2002, if I'm not mistaken, until he had that problem with his kidneys. But even him, actually, sometimes he tried to say, bro, I was also good in 2007. Granted, Flex, you were good. But 1993, dearie me. I mean, this is just a milestone of aesthetic. I'm sorry, these pictures are just memorable. They're absolutely terrific. In my opinion, you just watch them and you never get tired from, you're just miring. You're miring all day and every day. The bellies, the sweep, the separation he has. This is premium genetic. He's next to Ray. I mean, Ray is very aesthetic, right? But next to him, even him, he admitted in 96, he said, bro, when Flex is on, you can't beat him. When Flex is on, he is Mr. Olympia. Although he was hating on him a little bit, he said that he had some calves implants. I do disagree. He has no implants whatsoever. He was just good. Well, of course, he placed second because, you know, Dorian was at his prime, and you cannot knock the Mr. Olympia until he falls pretty much. But Flex, man, unfortunately, he had this injury due to this accident in his Benz in 1994. And you know what? They had to fix the MRI machine specifically for him. The doctors had to readjust the freaking mechanism and the apparatus of the MRI because his back was too muscular. Now Flex listened at me and said, bro, how the hell does he know that? Bro, I just know. I have like 2 terabytes of bodybuilding history in my head. I just know that. Dude was rolling with this crew, with Dr. Dre in the West Coast. So he was chilling a lot with them, and unfortunately, you know, that accident happened. His lifestyle was kind of a little bit, you know, party-oriented. He could have been in, you know, straight off of Compton, if you ask me. He was with this crew, for real. But that basically hindered his bodybuilding career. In my opinion, he tried to come back in 95. He was smooth as hell. But that's what's up. Now, the guy behind him, his name is the Master Blaster, or the Master Trainer, Mr. Charles Glass. This dude is an ex-bodybuilder. However, he was not you probably don't know him as a bodybuilder. He was not a top-of-the-line bodybuilder. But then again, he has the very eye. I cannot even count the bodybuilders he had under his belt until today. And he had an eye for Flex Wheeler when Flex did not even lift. This picture right here is probably 25 years old. Look at him. He was still small. Flex, he did not blow up, but he recognized. He had that golden eye that detects basically the talent that the guy has inherently. Not because of him, but he sees something in him, right? And this picture actually is few weeks old. You guys probably watched that video from Mike Rashid. Now, Mike Rashid was stronger because he's healthier. As you guys know, Flex Wheeler has a transplantation of a kidney, so he is a kidney transplant survivor. Yet look at the bellies he still rocks. Dude is almost like, I don't know, like 48 or something. He's old, right? Look at the sweeps, the bellies, the separation he still rocks until today. It is just timeless. In that video, you will see Mike Rashid pushing crazy weights. I mean, Flex did not push the same weight. You know, he's not crazy, right? As I said, he is a survivor. But when he started to pose, the sweeps he rocks, I mean, Mike Rashid is good, but when it comes to premium genetic, it's not the same level. It's not the same galaxy, bro. This is something else. Just to tell you that Flex is just premium. Look at him back in the day. Just beauty. It flows well. And even with this shape, you can ask Flex if you know him. The judges told him, Flex, you need more chest. And he started to do some crazy exercises until he had some blood on the sides of his chest. Now these judges, even from back in the day, they don't know shit about bodybuilding. This is the structure, guys, right? He is a little bit narrow upstairs, but it flows well. This is his anatomy. They don't know. That on him, bro, you need more chest. What more chest? Look at his freaking chest. Freaking 3D all day. And we never saw this. Yet, for them, they love freaks. Because as I told you before, some of these judges absolutely have fetish for freaks. Right? So flex for them was not good enough. They wanted basically more chest until he had blood literally on the side of his chest. And you can ask him, if you know him, he will confirm that. Now, this is later picture still with Char Glass, but when he gained, right? He won the first pro shows he entered in, Ironman and the Honor Classic, and he placed second in Mr. Olympia 1993. It's a milestone of a year. Now, this is his brother. Let me bring you back to Flex real quick. Flex, this will tell you that even if you are a premium bodybuilder, it does not mean you have an exercise eye. Flex claimed back in the day, said, wait until you see my brother. My brother is better than me. With all due respect, he's a brother. He's good, but he's not the same thing, right? Just to tell you that when you have premium genetic, it does not mean that your son or your brother or even your father has the same thing. I mean, it's 1 in a million. I mean, it just comes like that. We never know when it blows. Let's proceed though. Game, recognized game again. I spoke about this before. Cedric Aesthetic McMillan is saying it again. Let me quote him. Quote, Peter is my favorite bodybuilder in the world. His physique is the best in the world. It is just perfect. This is probably the most aesthetic guy nowadays, saluting an unknown guy that I personally never heard of until one of you guys sent me a video. Anyway, you guys send me videos on a daily basis, bro. I started to look at this guy in that video, and I'm waiting for a turn off in it. And usually after like a second or two, you will see a flaw. And I'm watching like picture after picture, pose after pose in that video. This guy is just good. I'm waiting for a flaw. Dude, no. I mean, his flirting was perfection with all due respect. I mean, look at the flaws he has. Just flows. Wow, this is a raw diamond. Again, this is the type of things you don't see quite often. You see every 20 years in bodybuilding or so. And Peter Moran is just that. This picture he posted today. Look at the back he rocks. Look, this is not a Mr. Olympia worthy back. It is. With a diced midsection, very small midsection. This is better than Arnold Schwarzenegger. Arnold did not have a back like this, you know what I mean? So you need to comprehend. And right now he is on the map. He's rolling. Even IFBB pros are admiring. This is Ben Pakulski. Right, you can see him here with Kai Daly Green. You can see him here with Brandon Curry. Brandon Curry, for the unaware, is another marvelous premium genetic. He just needs to dial in well. If he comes in condition, this is high level of the to-do is right here, man. Those are premium genetic, basically holding hands. Brandon Curry is a very aesthetic guy. If you guys don't know him, you're not being saluted, bro. So that's what's up. And next year, guys, I throw this idea just like that. One of you told me he has been basically banned from the IFBB in Europe. But listen, if there is somebody who can basically bring this guy to the map, it needs to be Arnold. Arnold, if he invite him, because Arnold, you know, he had that claim last year. He said, okay, guys, you need to write messages to the IFBB president. Well, actually, we can do it with Arnold. Arnold, you have shows. You have the Arnold Classic. But the best will be Arnold Classic Europe. Why don't you invite this guy to be fairly compared and to see how he fares with the other guys? Right now, Arnold slowly but surely is saluting the aesthetic guys. The last winner is this guy, Sean Rodden. You know, before we had Kai Green as well. We had the ex-Mr. Olympia. And right now he is saluting the aesthetic guys. He spoke openly about Cedric McMillan. So tell me what you guys think about it. Thanks to you. You know, that guy, Peter, is right now on the map. He has been featured on doyoueven.com and other magazines. So he is on the map. My initiative will be to lobby with Arnold Schwarzenegger to invite him. It has been happened before, actually, in IFBB. Joe Weider was inviting several athletes. He invited Jean-Pierre Fuchs, who was not even qualified to Mr. Olympia. He invited Paul Di Maio, who was not even qualified. So it happens. And if somebody can do it, it will be this guy, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Salute you, whatever you is. Don't forget to like the video. Subscribe to Louis Marco, because this information, this history of bodybuilding, You will hear it nowhere, bro. I got 2 terabytes of history on it daily. And tell me what you think about the idea of lobby with Arnold, because he is our last hope. If Arnold goes from bodybuilding, aesthetic will be dead for good. Salute you wherever you are. I'll be waiting for a comment, bruh.